I'm not saying I'm going to let you try, but ultimately driving this big rig is just driving like a really big golf cart.
That's why all the beer cans are all over the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I don't want to drive.
Yeah, you seem to have made yourself pretty comfortable in the back there.
Yeah, it's nice, dude. Hammock, TV.
Put some fucking clothes on.
I got tired of wearing the pants.
You want me to hit the brake every now and then, send you swinging back and forth?
Could help.
Don't help him out.
Let him fucking pass out.
No, it fucking stinks
Put
in
him to
here,
sleep.
dude.
It doesn't. Oh, well, I guess if you think if he's swinging on the hammock, his butthole's gonna waft up towards the front. Good point.
Is.
Good.
You're supposed
point.
to take care of me, dude.
I need to keep the hammer down.
Buy me a shower at the next stop if you don't like what you're smelling.
I have. You don't take them.
Yeah,
The water pressure's too high, dude.
You just go in there and you flop your hand around to make it sound like you're taking a shower. It would be less effort to just take a shower.
I turn the water on. I sit in the corner and I eat a family-sized can of baked beans.
Waste of water, waste of beans.
I thought you were trying to be truckers and shit. This is what the life's about, dude.
I am a trucker, dude. I'm looking at every chick that, passes us. Okay. I'm passing fellow trucks at 0.02 miles per hour faster than they're driving.
It's all a good start. You're not eating enough beans, though, dude.
And you know,
swinging around back
I got that Love's Rewards card, dude.
Yeah, 5% off.
You guys aren't
Subway
eating
footlongs.
Yeah.
You guys aren't eating your beans. You're not practicing roping.
This guy's bitching about, I don't have pants. Nobody buying me pants. How many times have I filled this tank?
Tanks are fucking huge on
Yeah,
these
dude.
things, Kron.
Whatever happened to Ask Gas or Cash? What is it?
Ass.
Yeah, you smell like ass. You have no cash.
Damn it.
And, dude, you need to shave that grass, dude.
No, I'm not shaving. Fuck that. Some people like it like this, dude. You'd be surprised.
I hope it looks bigger when you're hard.
It does not.
So you're hard.
Constantly.
Oh.
I've been living off beans and eating edible gummies, dude.
It's like losing a Lego in a shag carpet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a baby mushroom just pushed through. That's the ground. Oof. What are you doing back there? Just fucking swinging around?
Reading.
What are you reading?
I found the guy's diary whose truck we stole.
No, don't read his... We stole this truck, don't read his diary,
No, I want to hear it.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
Oh, then I don't want to hear it.
Oh, now I want to hear it.
Yeah. Let Criterion Dan hear it. If there's like photos of like wieners and like big boobs and stuff, you can describe that stuff to me, but
no, it's more just
emotion.
like poetry, and then there's a page that's like a goodbye letter. Then there's some hopeful stuff in the middle.
So it ends with a goodbye letter?
No. Begins with one.
Oh.
Maybe he probably went to like a trucker church or something.
It's kind of like the only thing that saved him was the truck. Like if you read enough of it. Like he was kind of in a bad way, and then getting out on the open road kind of picked him up, saved his life.
Fuck all that shit. Is there any like sex stuff? Like,
no, it's all sad stuff, dude.
No dreams about picking up 3 naked dudes on the side of the highway, taking them back to a hotel.
No, there's some. I mean, in the back there's a few drawings, but
is it one really big guy, one smaller guy,
and one nude guy or diapered guy?
Weird.
kind of a prophetic diary.
And that medium guy's got
it.
the biggest dick, dude. That's what's fucking crazy.
No, like, literature on maybe wanting to run over a crowd of Nazis.
You know what? I mean, there's a lot of blank pages. Like, you could add to the diary. You could make it whatever story you want it to be.
Whoa. Change protagonist midway?
Hell yeah, dude.
Have you been doing that?
I've been adding a little here and there.
What was this guy's name?
Chode.
Chode?
Chode? That's where he got the name from. That makes sense. He Kaiser Sosa'd you, dude.
How long have you been reading this?
I mean, well, you get bored back here, just hanging out in the hammock.
Not helping with anything else. I cleaned the windows at the last
No,
stop.
you don't. You didn't clean the windows.
After you dirtied them.
Mm-hmm.
I got up there and
sprayed all your mustard and shit all over it.
No, your fucking root beer.
You yell good buddy out the window at everybody. I don't think you know what that means now.
I'm helping as much as Dan.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so as much.
Are we ever going to be home?
This is our home, dude.
This is it
Nobody
now.
hates it more than I do.
Fuck.
Where is this load going? Where's Jesse at? Nobody. I tried on the CB.
Baja.
Yeah. I feel like once we get close enough, we'll be in his range.
Mm-hmm. He'll be able to pick us up on his, what the fuck was it? Answer box or whatever he had.
Yeah, he'll be able to detect our vibration.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. All right.
Anyway,
We need a strip club or something.
well, maybe there's a happier story in there Kron can read
I could take my diaper off if you want.
aloud. You know what?
Give you a
Fuck
little
it.
show.
Fuck the diaper. Put on a movie. This week on 5-Day Rentals, the box set continues with Poison Ivy 2, Lily. Well, hello and welcome, you horny ass dudes. That's right. We know our listenership. Maybe there's some cool chicks. If you're a cool chick, hit us up. Dan's doing a little hand heart. We're getting hearts in the Zoom for all the cool chicks out there. Speaking of a cool chick, we got one today as the box set continues with Poison Ivy. Subtitle, Lily. My name is Bones. I'm joined as always by two guys who are always so reluctant to show off their shoulders when I try to draw them. Kron Howard, Laundry Dan, how are you?
Good. I told you when you get the hog right, you can draw the upper body.
I like to work down.
No.
I like to work down.
If you're not going to get the most important part of the drawing right, I'm not going to let you do the focus on the rest.
Because I feel like I need to start the dong in the middle of the page, and then I can't fit the rest of the body. So
My nipples are way too long, dude. Come on. Shorten those up.
I can't do depth yet. So
I can tell.
yeah. I go too far or too long.
Mm-hmm.
What I did do, though, you didn't see this the last time I drew your nipple, was I just drew a circle, and then I poked a hole through, and I pushed the pencil eraser through.
Whoa. 3-dimensional, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I like that. Did you give it a little lick? Yeah. Yeah.
That's for me and mine. Okay. Guys, Poison Ivy 2. First watch for all of us, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this one would have burned in my brain if I'd ever seen it before.
100%, dude. Last week we got, last box set. We got a little bit more. Why don't you both go ahead and take a drink?
Yep. You were speaking.
Okay.
It's the perfect opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Even when I'm speaking during cold opens, you guys are taking a fucking sip.
Well, I love drinking.
Dan, back to the can. Anyway, the original Poison Ivy, a little bit more psychological than one would have thought. But it seems like this series knew where to butter its bread.
Hell yeah, dude. This one's more technological.
Fucking lifelong crush on Alyssa Milano. So bummed that I did not know that this existed.
She looks good in this movie.
She is
dude.
fucking perfect looking. Like, just genetic lottery, perfect facial proportions. I mean, goddamn. Aghast I was. So lucky that thing you do got to do what he did. That lucky fuck. Dan, what were your thoughts on Poison Ivy 2? Lily.
The guys are sexier in this one.
Yeah?
Nope. Wrong.
What?
Didn't scare it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant then the girls in this movie.
No, I that's what I hope he meant was that.
Less scandalous? Ish? Maybe. You don't think so?
I think it is a little less scandalous than Tom Skerritt. I think that there's elements of this that feel extremely real.
What two are you talking about?
What? It's like the teacher student, college relationship versus random girl moves in with you situation. And particularly the extremely beautiful girl who identifies as a freak and needs to rebrand and goes completely off the deep end. Yeah. I'm not going to admit to more than just saying that it's pretty real.
Yeah. I mean, her going off the deep end is a little bit like I had below shoulder length hair and now I have shoulder length hair.
It's the same color.
It's not that crazy.
It blew my mind when she cut her hair, and I obviously noticed the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Were you like, oh, babe, did you cut your hair?
Do you think there was like listen, I will show my body, but I'm only taking 3 inches off this fucking thing?
Yeah, it had to be something. I bet originally they were like, you got to go like top of the neck. And she was like, fuck no.
Yeah. Do you want tits or you want clips?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Kron,
they chose wisely. I'll at least say
100%.
That.
All right. Speaking of what you think is the right decision, what are your initial thoughts on Poison Ivy 2? Lily.
I mean, we track scores on this, but they don't really count. I kind of love this movie, to be completely honest. It's a good blend of horny and dumb.
Yeah. Dan made a face as though you should talk to Motorcycle Boy.
It's got a number 2 in the title for a reason. It lives up to it.
No.
It's a piece of shit.
Come on,
it's a turd, dude.
No.
It's a fucking
This
turd.
movie's fucking fun.
This movie's fun. Dan, fix your fucking glasses, dude. The arms are 8 inches above your ear.
Push it into the head. You don't rest it on the headphone. Push it. There you go.
You should have put them on first before your hat and your headphones.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Kron, I wanted to alert you to something. Just in the event it wasn't caught in Dan's thorough notes, particularly now that if he thinks this is a piece of shit, he may not have dug pretty deep. This was written by Chloe King.
Okay.
Did you look into her filmography at all?
I did not look into the writer at all.
Okay. Not super proficient. Wrote a ton of, bulk of the series, dude, wrote Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh, that makes sense.
In 2017, one of her scripts was produced. It's called Inconceivable.
Okay.
It has Nicolas Cage in it. It's one of those random, how does this exist sort of Nicolas Cage flicks. Like, I'm guessing he's maximized in the trailer and he's probably only in 25 minutes.
They had him a day.
Yeah. I would request that you seek out this trailer because I think it's up Kron Alley.
Okay.
It looks like fun, horny trash.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
And then Dan.
Yeah, hey.
This film directed by Ann Gorsod.
Yes, sir.
Did you see what film she edited?
I don't. I was looking at their directed stuff.
Okay.
Edited.
Yeah. Edited.
Oh.
The
I know
Outsiders.
this one. Oh.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I think I did see that.
Yeah.
Also,
We'll come back to later. Go ahead.
Also edited Dracula.
Yes.
Coppola girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's like Coppola's editor, dude.
I get the sense that she was bummed that she didn't get to edit Motorcycle Boy. So she threw Motorcycle Boy into this movie.
Who?
The director.
Who is Motorcycle Boy in this movie?
The guy who rolls up on a motorcycle?
Nah, dude. Could never be and never will be Motorcycle Boy.
He's kind of got some dumb, stupid philosophy stuff he's living by.
How is he not a motorcycle boy?
He's a man. He's 18. He's got a driver's license.
He's got a motorcycle.
So he's a motorcycle man.
Nah.
What?
He's the next evolution of Motorcycle Boy.
No, he is not.
He's the Motorcycle Boy of the 90s.
He's not that good looking. He's not that fucking smart.
He's got the sweet fucking highlighted hair.
But was that playlist you sent the real music in the movie?
Yeah, I was so into this movie. I was like, I gotta try to see if this playlist or soundtrack is on Spotify.
I know there were some notes that were like, really wish this soundtrack was available.
Yeah. So I went to the IMDb and looked at the soundtrack and searched every song and artist. It looks like a lady that did a bulk of the songs. You can't find her shit anywhere. You can find the stuff on YouTube. If I have the time, we'll throw the audio in here somewhere.
But good work, man. Thanks for doing that.
Oh, no problem. I
You
think
worked way harder than Kron.
of the 15 or something credited, I think maybe there's only 6 or 7 that were available. That always seems to happen, like Tough Turf, shit like that, where I really dig this soundtrack and I would listen to it. At one part, what is going on? What is my mouth? What is this? Anyway, I'm doing my rewatch. It's a particular scene in a bathroom. Sam comes downstairs and I said, you can either stay and enjoy this or you have to leave because you will be confused if you take this out of context. So she went to a different room and this music started. And she was like, what the fuck is this music? And I said, does it sound like Portishead to you? And she was like, that's fucking it. It sounds like a Friday night. And then I realized like, oh yeah, like Portishead is one of those things that I'll play on a Friday night. Like Massive Attack, like kind of chill hop, like trip hop.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't getting Portishead vibes.
I genuinely feel like there's a remix. One of the songs incorporate or samples, or forgive me if Portishead is a band that samples.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe again, if I'm up to it, I'll try to isolate it.
So cancel us, dude.
Well, Portishead's first album they sampled, and then they had to pay a bunch of money out. And then I think on the second one, it's like they identified samples that they wanted, but then they re-recorded like the section of stuff and then sampled that.
Is that really Dummy?
His music.
Dummy was the first one.
First album, okay.
Second one is just called Portishead, and then the third one is just called Third. I dig that band. I love that band, dude.
That first record is fire.
Mm-hmm. I think I like the second one better, but they're all good. They're all good albums.
I'm a big Dummy guy.
On the subject of my wife identifying days of the week based on music, there was some pretty tragic news in my world of metal that Dirty Behinds is decided to separate from Mastodon, and in trying to explain this situation to my wife, I said it's less the guitar that I'm worried about. It's more the vocal and the three different vocal like syncopation that makes Mastodon sort of pop vocally. She was like, "Okay, can you play something?" So I threw on Last Baron, and I was like, "Now listen, this is him. This is his album. Blah blah blah. Listen for the change when Troy comes in, whatever." And then after about 2 or 3 minutes, she was like, "This sounds like a Saturday." So I need to identify what she considers a Sunday sound.
Some death metal, man.
I mean, that's
Wire.
That's honestly like really nice. Anytime I play anything, it's usually this sounds like shit.
Turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because it's an LP you bought from a garage sale, right? Like you're trying it out.
Not always. This music is making me anxious.
Oh man, this is the John Trier Trio. They recorded this in 1943 and then repressed in 71.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's playing bass and trumpet at the same time.
With a spoon.
That'd be pretty talented, dude, because those guys played upright.
Duh.
What would you do? I think you tape the trombone to the back of the bass, right? And you play up front.
Flip it.
Yeah, I get. Well, you can't press any of the. I don't know. I guess you'd have to reach up to get a key, and then you could.
Jazz is so stupid.
It's the notes you don't play.
It's freestyle.
It's like us. It's like the stuff we leave out of plot description.
Yeah, when you listen to our podcast, the gaps are what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Our group messages are jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Jizz, I think.
Yeah.
Is the way.
Throw that A, put an I.
Yeah, we're more Cantina style.
Guys, let's jump into this shit. We've already taken 2.5 weeks for a family emergency. We've got ourselves a New Line Cinema, Cinetel Films, directed by Anne Gorsand, no N, Gorsand, written by Chloe King. We got Alyssa Milano and Xander Berkeley.
I think that one's pronounced gourmand.
There's no M in it either.
It's when you're like a food connoisseur.
Gourmet?
He's gourmand.
We see a Donald Falk original painting before we pan over the studio.
Painting, most of the art in this movie looks like utter shit, dude. They are all bad.
It enhances the fun of this movie.
It does. I like that the art is so terrible.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrendous.
We pan over. What do we end up on? We end up on fucking Todd from T2 absolutely railing this chick.
What else is he?
He is Ralph in Heat.
He's another like bad dad in something.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway.
he's the shitty husband in Candyman.
Virginia Madsen's husband?
The original, yeah, like the chick whose husband is like, I don't believe anything and he's like cheating on her and shit. That's that guy.
Cheating on Virginia Madsen. That's mad, dude. That's mad, son. Anyway.
Is this... That's not Ivy, is it? Or Lily?
No.
This is Catherine. This is Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so the wife.
No, that's Angela.
Who the fuck is this?
I'm going to get to it.
The painting is of the wife. The chick that he's railing is like the student he rails before Lily.
Okay, that's what I thought. You can't see the painting.
You start on the painting.
Yeah, but it's terrible. You can't. I thought it was a dude.
It's a dark room, dude. People are having sex.
Does this guy stop mid-stroke?
I think he gets his nut.
I can't do this anymore.
I think he stopped in the middle.
I thought that too, but on rewatch, he's got a subtle sort of like... Yeah.
You guys must have really liked this
That
movie.
or he was like kegling down to stop it or something, but I don't think you could get away with a big like, oh, yeah. I think they probably had to tone it.
Yeah, he should have done like a gorsh.
All right. He climbs off of her. He's got that awkward, like, she won't move her fucking leg, It's like, I'm going this way. I always get off the bed this way.
You ass.
Move that leg. Yeah.
You need a towel.
He doesn't even offer a towel, dude. He's like,
no, because he's a real man.
All he says is, Catherine, it's just not working out, all right?
I got what I wanted.
Yep.
Sorry.
And she just reluctantly walks out, picks up her shit. We cut to a bus stop.
Hope I get an A.
We got this fucking disgusting Michigan freak of a girl getting off at this bus stop with way too much shit. Starts making her way across campus.
When she gets off that bus, she's dressed like the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2, dude.
When she
like
says,
every article of clothing on that she owns. That big bucket hat thing.
She's coming from Michigan, dude. How much of an alcoholic am I? She says, I'm from Kalamazoo, and I'm like, they got good breweries there. Never been, but I've heard.
I'm trying to get a buds to Traverse City, man.
Just name the date.
I had a fucking blast doing that kayak and brew tour. Fuck yeah.
You kayak, I'll brew.
We could do a 3-dude kayak. I'll get us there.
Can we do Speedos?
I want to be in the middle so I don't have to do any work.
I require it.
No,
Kron, you can hold the Ziploc bag with our phones in it.
Guy in the back steers. Guy in the front drives. Guy in the middle can just chill out.
You got to feed us and give us drinks.
Okay. I can put fucking cashews in a Ziploc, dude. That's easy.
Make sure that I specifically reapply my suntan lotion.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to do Bones' back.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
you
do
gotta
back.
do my back.
That's fine. I'll do that.
All these tattoos, dude.
You're going to have my heart on just hitting up against the back of your back.
You know what'd be cool, actually? You two guys in a kayak. I'm in a fucking big floaty behind you.
No.
Big inner tube.
Yeah, Dan, let's do that. Because when he inevitably passes out, I'll speed the fuck up and then stop real quick. And he can just...
Right into my dick.
Keep rolling forward. Yep.
Fuck that. I'll cut the line, dude. It'll fuck off in the middle of the lake.
She's making her way across the campus.
I've had worse afternoons.
And we get immediately introduced to Kron's new obsession. Human mime puppet performance artist Peter.
I would have loved to see even more, dude. Every time he popped up, I said, what the fuck is happening?
If Poison Ivy 3 doesn't have Peter the performance artist as a through line, I don't know what this franchise is doing.
Throw it out.
I'm going to this whole box set.
This really is like the Jason Statham of the Fast and Furious franchise. Like, he's got to pop up.
He's the best. He adds so much life to the movie.
He's the only one doing what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Halloween costume nobody will get for you, Kron.
Well, it's pretty complicated.
Yeah, but I think you could make it with things from around one's home.
Give it a shot. Have to explain to everyone all night what I am.
Those are the best costumes.
Oh, you've never seen Poison Ivy 2?
There'll be one guy in there like, Poison Ivy 2?
I think about all the time. Kron, did you ever
We're best friends now.
To one of Dan and I's beer pong my dong?
No, I was never at any of those.
Okay.
Good.
I wouldn't say the biggest one that we threw. The best one that we threw was at a house. Everybody had a fucking blast. I feel like there were genuinely more people there than the one where we rented out the rec center.
Yeah.
And had like a Halloween beer pong my dong. And I was really into my costume. I was like, it's simple. It's cool. And then when our friend Danny Duck shows up dressed as a chick from the Birds, just, 110%. And he's like, Bones, what's your costume? That keeps me up at night still. Like, man, what an absolute bummer. What a failure.
What was it?
It was MacGruber.
I'll send a picture.
I know Dane.
Yeah, don't post it, though.
I'm not posting it.
Dan used the picture forever where he was Hunter S. Thompson.
Mm-hmm. I think those were the glasses that he was just wearing, actually.
Yeah.
All right, this girl, she walks into an art classroom. We see that our professor is the nut buster from the opening.
Whoa.
She introduces herself. He's like, let me guess, Lily Leonetti, you're 2.5 weeks late. She says, yeah, family emergency. He says, well, why don't you go ahead and sit down in the one empty chair? And then under his breath mentions that I don't think Catherine's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't think you came on her back, dude. Lily takes her seat next to that thing you do. I genuinely don't know what this actor's name is. I do believe he is in the straight to DVD Roadhouse 2, which we'll probably do on the show someday.
The one with Conor McGregor?
No, that's the Roadhouse remake. Soft reboot.
Yeah, we needed to reboot it.
Yeah. Not much here, though. So we cut to Lily showing up at her new digs. Turns out that her fellow student also must live right next door or at the place. This is never really made clear.
Yeah, I feel like he crashes there. I feel like he mainly sleeps outside, maybe.
Yeah.
Because his art project is just there.
Yes, he is building a Thunderdome right next to the house.
But he has
a missile defense system that Trump's wants.
So she says, is this 508, whatever? And he's like, yeah, let me show you inside. He helps her with all the shit. And he introduces himself. He's Grayson. And he helps her up to the house, and then he leaves. She has to sort of creep her way inside. We see that there's a girl wasting time on MS Paint.
Oh, dude, she just figured out how to make the circle shape and is going fucking ham on it, dude.
I don't think she knew to hold shift, though, to get an equilateral circle, though. She was still kind of stuck making ovals.
Mm.
That piece of art looks better than all the other art in this film.
Well, it's projective in a way, like it's forecasting what the future of art is, because all computer, like everything's computer now.
96. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's computer.
This girl is Tanya, and she's super nice. She's excited, like, wow, you actually did show up. Then we meet the rest of her roommates. There's Bridget, total bitch. Introduces herself by saying, everything in this cabinet is mine, and you can't use the living room because I do my shitty dancing in here. And we're also...
It's pretty good dancing, I mean.
What?
It's entertaining.
It's pretty good.
It's bad dancing. It's entertaining.
If we had a roommate that just danced in the living room, it'd be kind of entertaining, right?
What if she opened that cabinet and it was just like all boxes of Ritz crackers or something?
It does look like there's a healthy amount of rice cakes in there, which I feel like chicks think is, oh, that's a healthy snack.
I can't find this fucking picture. I just seen it the other day.
What's great about a rice cracker is it forces you to drink an entire glass of water in order to be able to finish one. So
he put some peanut butter on that bitch.
Ugh.
I used to get these like 4 cheese ones that were okay.
Like, is it baked? Like the cheese is baked on top or baked within it?
It's like a powder.
It's like a dusting on top.
Yeah.
Is it like a 4 cheese rice-a-roni that...
No, it's like the rice cakes, but they're just like 4 cheese.
Yeah, they got cheese on them. It's better than eating a plain one.
I don't understand.
Do they still sell those?
I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, eat one every day.
Fucking...
There's a chocolate one too, dude.
Is it like a Quaker Oat rice cake?
The ones I would get, they were just Publix brand.
Just said round cracker on it.
Mm-hmm.
We looked up that guy Hosier. What's his name?
Take Me to Church?
Yeah.
Hosier?
Was a Quaker. Raised as a Quaker. I was like, fuck, no wonder. Irish. Didn't know that. 47 million followers on Spotify.
Just off that one song, dude.
Didn't think it was that popular. I was like, God damn. Quaker. It's like, I bet he's loving his life right now.
The other roommate we're quietly introduced to is Robert, a major talent on the cello, keeping to himself, playing some beautiful tunes.
Fuck this?
Okay. The first time I watched this movie, I was 50-50 that this guy was like a figment of her imagination. I did not think he was real until we got to the end of the movie.
There's some points where he's just like in the background, like looking.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah. That's incredible.
He's just a hat man creeping around.
I was like, all right, in the end, this guy's going to have some, like, save her or some shit.
He's a distraction. He's a distraction.
I thought we were going to get to the last 10 minutes and it was like, oh, this is like that guy I killed back in Michigan or something, like he fucking haunts her memories and shit like that.
Like, this is It Follows. It's the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Lily's room isn't great, but it comes nicely furnished. It's got nice light, which an artist would appreciate. Her and Tanya, they chat for a little bit. Lily mentions that she's from Michigan, and this is her first time away from home. Exhausted from lugging her shit around all day, she instantly falls asleep, only to be woken up by some moaning. Turns out that Bridget is letting somebody into her cupboard. Lily sort of can't help but go and sneak a peek, because apparently every...
Yeah, why do they have those little... Fuck? They got those little windows on their doors like it's a fucking bank
confessional
or something.
Booth, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's watching Bridget ride her boyfriend or whoever, like a guy that we're never introduced to, but he's just sort of around every once in a while.
You can barely see any of these two. Yeah. It's dark in there.
What's wrong with your TV? Do you need to adjust the settings? Because you said you couldn't see.
The art in here is terrible. Yeah.
Is your TV was doing you a favor? Like, you don't want to watch this. I'm not going to waste the power on powering these LEDs.
It might as well have been Jason Pollock. Just flick it on there.
Jackson Pollock?
Yeah, same thing.
No, he's a painter, but he's also a killer.
Yeah, Jason Pollock would like behead somebody and then like toss their head, like hold their head upside down and toss like, brain and blood across.
Or machete, he slicks it on there.
You know that thing where like they hang the paint bucket and they pop a hole and then they push it and it makes like the big circles?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do that in a...
That would have been perfect for Jason Takes Soho.
Hey, not cool, man. All right. Not only is Lily taking a peek at Bridget getting it on, but Robert, he's peeking at Lily sneaking a peek. Lily, she sees that he's watching her watch Bridget have sex. So she scoots away into her room. The next morning, she's woken up by her parents' phone call. Her dad seems chill. Mom's all like, why the fuck did...
phone is in the middle of the fucking floor. What?
That's as long as the cord was.
There's no cord. It was cordless.
Well, you still gotta have it powered.
Yeah.
Charge that bad boy up, dude.
Irresponsible bitch.
Do you want the production team to put the phone all the way on the other side of the room? So they got to do triple the blocking?
The phone naturally could be right next to the bed on a table. She could just grab it. It was on the fucking floor.
This is the 90s, dude. Your mattress is just on the floor.
Dan, why do you always rip on everybody's set dressing unless it's your movie, dude?
I could beat the shit out of this protagonist. I'm going to go to jail.
Yeah, dude, that's not cool.
Out of Lily? It's fucked up, dude.
Is Lily your guys' favorite Ivy right now?
Yeah.
Dan, 1000%, yes.
She set the bar pretty high.
Her last name's Moore. Give me more. Drew Barrymore.
Nah. Anyway,
fuck Lily.
The mom's all like, why the fuck didn't you just go to state? We could have bought you a car. You wouldn't have had to lug your shit around like a weirdo. And she keeps nagging about Thanksgiving, and Lily's like, I don't know. You want me to take a 65-hour bus ride?
Some sort of mom. Pigeon woman?
What do you want me to do, Mom? Get a 9-year-old best friend?
Mm-hmm. Give him life-changing advice that gives him the willpower to defeat 2 criminals?
A guy.
The exact same way he beat them the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Lily starts putting up some of her junior high art, starts getting dressed. In the closet, she finds a box. Robert startles her. She's carrying this box out. He kind of smiles, bolts. She dropped this box. She starts rooting around. She finds a folder. It's marked Ivy Self-Portraits number 3. Got some hot black and white photos.
How'd this stuff get there?
Ivy lived in this was Ivy's room, but this is not Ivy from the first one.
The Ivy we saw is a high schooler. She couldn't have lived in college housing.
Yes.
From what I read, she's supposed to find what other Ivy are we talking about?
Yeah, if this is not Ivy from the first movie, what's the connective tissue?
Ivy in the first movie is like 17 years old.
All they needed was somebody being like, there's a bunch of, like, we got this shit at a thrift store.
But Dan said he read something, so.
Okay, so when we move on in this box set to Poison Ivy 3, Jamie Presley is Poison Ivy. So in these pictures that you see, that's Jamie Presley's boobs. So she posed for these pictures, and she will eventually star in 3. So as it goes, Drew Barrymore, according to rumors, she revealed in a Playboy magazine, Drew plays Ivy in the first Poison Ivy film, and in Poison Ivy 2, Alyssa Milano plays the art student who moves into Ivy's old room in a house with other students. She finds a diary and pictures of Drew's character in the closet. The pictures are supposed to be of Drew Barrymore, but they're actually, you never see her face, and it's Jamie Presley's body.
But Jamie Presley in the third one is reprising the role of Ivy, who died in the first movie.
No connection to 1 or 2.
Okay, so why can't I believe that there's no connection between this mythical Ivy who existed in this house before, separate from...
Well, you gonna fucking...
It's a spiritual...
The MCUing the fucking Poison Ivy universe?
No, this isn't. It's an anthology series.
I mean,
how many Ivies do you have showing? Is this,
if the photos in 2...
Is this the Spider-Verse? The Ivyverse?
If the photos in 2 are of Ivy from 1, that's even worse.
Yes.
Because it has to be before 1 takes place, which would make that Ivy like 15 when those photos were taken.
We don't know how old she was, dude. She was a con artist.
But does Drew Barrymore have like rules?
Well, I'll tell you what, if there was rules, Alyssa Milano Lily was not fucking following them.
She was teasing and taunting. She was teasing and taunting.
No, you move in with a rich couple and you take over their money.
Wow, these were life rules. These weren't guidelines to striking it rich.
She's not following the 5 bullet points of the original Ivy.
Like Phantasm, I'm choosing my own path through these.
Oh, man.
The Ivyverse. We've invented an Ivyverse, apparently.
All these movies, they get so messy, dude, when there's so many of them.
Whenever she got it, I was like, oh, okay, so that's Ivy 1's shit. Okay.
All right, can we just agree?
You guys didn't say?
Can we just agree or not? Ivy died in a car accident.
No.
Ivy fell to her death.
Yes.
Okay. And that dead Ivy is who the photos are of.
Yes, because she used to live there.
How old was she?
We don't know, dude. We don't even know her real name in the first one.
Well, then, okay.
I think it's a valid thought.
This is even better. If we're saying we don't know Ivy's real name in the first one, the other girl in Poison Ivy 1 says, hey, your name's Ivy. So before she met that girl, she was labeling all of her shit Ivy's photos and diary.
That's a solid point, Kron. I forgot about that.
Yeah, maybe because she had the fucking sticker tattoo. I don't know.
That's crazy.
This is a Fox X-Men sort of retcon that Dan's trying to push on us.
I've already started the Ivyverse. You can't throw DC at me now. I'll get confused.
You're already confused.
I know. I don't know if I like boys or girls.
That's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Try them both. See what sticks, dude.
Yeah. I guarantee one of them sticks in you more than the other. I've heard that.
When I watched, I was like, okay, so first Ivy. Got it. Guess I didn't question that.
I was confused, but I also thought the Hat Man was a figment of imagination. So,
how many edibles did you eat before you watched?
Like some fucking Dolly reference or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that's what it is. All right. Anyway, she continues through this box. Along with these hot black and white photos, she finds some kick-ass 90s heels and then one of those necklaces that everybody's sister in the 90s had.
I will say this. It wasn't a pair of soaking wet cowboy boots and not a pair, just one boot. So you might be right.
Mm-hmm. And not a reel of stick-on tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not all. We also get Ivy's diary from 1992. But the sound of motorcycle Graydon outside doing his art distracts her. Cut to her on campus. She's hanging up an advertisement for her babysitting skills. Professor Falk comes over. He starts explaining what's going on with Peter, the performance man toy. In class, the students, they're drawing a nude lady. Falk has to step in a little bit. Falk.
The same lady every time. Like, they never draw any other body type or...
They put her in different positions.
Yeah, that's true.
Those peaks are taller than what you think.
Wait. Professor steps in to kind of give her a little bit of a lesson, right? He's like, hey, artist, what do you see? And Lily says, I see a face and a body, like a true artist.
I see some tits looking at me.
Professor...
Art students, what do you see?
Gets a little handsy, takes her by the hand, starts sort of guiding her arm across the canvas, mentioning, like, you just got to reinforce these techniques. Like, you got to learn the fundamentals. Well, Graydon, he fucking interjects. He's like, fuck the fundamentals, man. Fuck all this tradition shit, because all this does is just lead to, like, conformity or whatever, dude. And he's like, you see what I drew, this cool thing? This is just fucking boredom. And then he picks up Lily's work, and he's like, look at this. It's so lifelike, you could almost fuck it. Lily's so embarrassed.
It's not.
She fucking bolts. Yeah, it's not good.
This guy's kind of cool, huh, Dan? Has a motorcycle and a whole philosophy and shit.
This fucking art teacher, he should have been fired a long time ago because looks terrible.
He's tenured, dude.
Dan, he should have been fired for fucking like every female student that shows up on campus.
It's 96. That was still okay in college, I guess. I don't know.
There's a weird pattern that this professor loses a hot chick within the first 2 weeks of every school year.
Mm-hmm.
Is she still around?
No, she left.
Catherine bolted.
She did like journalism, or she's still at the school. She
changed majors for sure.
It probably worked out better for her.
Yeah, she's doing a mime interpretive dance as well now, but just on the other end of campus.
She's a host on like Fox News, I'm sure. I used to be a liberal arts student.
We do see a hand grab that babysitting advertisement, though. Graydon knocks on Lily's door. She's tearing down all her coloring book art. She's like, no, I'm not clothed. He's like, listen, I apologize.
I can hear the rustle of your clothing in there. Yeah. You're lying to me.
Your clothing seems to be made out of, I don't know, paper.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're, getting ready to throw a Taco Bell bag into the trash. He says, whatever happened back there, it has nothing to do with you. Lily ignores him. She starts reading from Ivy's diary. January 28th. Feel like dancing, having some fun, turning someone on. Tease, taunt. February 1st. Self-portraits. I want to feel no shame, no fear. Nothing hidden. I want to be seen as though a lover would see me. No secrets. Cue the music and a nude pose montage. She's inspired. Lily goes and cuts up one of these portraits. It's hard to stay inside the lines. That was my note. She puts this on her mirror.
I get it. It's hard to cut stuff out like that. Yeah, fucking turn all the time.
Yeah,
I forgot to
inspired.
I forgot to sell it. Hard to stay inside the lines. All right. While she's doing some posing of her own in the mirror, somebody tosses a note underneath the door. Oh, secret love note? Without you, there is no flower and nothing good grows in the garden of my heart. Uh-oh.
Fucking hell.
She gets a call. Some bitch. It's a babysitting gig. She goes down, sits with Tanya. Tanya's still trying to figure out how to make circles in MS Paint.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn, please turn in the house of the devil.
No.
Oh, isn't this girl complaining that like the music is too loud?
And yeah, they joke about killing Bridget.
Yeah, when Ivy sits down, she's like, I've got an idea. We can give her like fat pills. She says if she gains another pound, she's going to kill herself. And Lily is just like, suicide far out. It's like, God damn.
She's made a change, dude.
Have some compassion between the two of you.
What? No, that chick is not showing you any compassion.
Well,
she's answering her fucking...
She showed some compassion, bro. You probably shouldn't have been looking through the little window at it.
Lily brags about getting a babysitting job, and Motorcycle Graydon, he comes in to apologize, real groveling, down on his knee, kissing her hand. He's like, please vouch for me.
Any character that drives a motorcycle, are we going to do this from now on?
No.
Is this going to be the thing?
I would say that this is deserving of a motorcycle boy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Campfire Tales, I could argue that wasn't a motorcycle boy. He was a boy on a motorcycle, but he was. So,
I mean, how many criteria are there when we really get right down to it?
You got to have a philosophy. You got to have a code.
I'd say a penis and a motorcycle, you're a motorcycle boy.
What if it's a man dressed as a penis driving a motorcycle?
It still counts, dude. I mean, what if the note he had slid under the door said, like, you can't lead if you got nowhere to go or some shit?
That's inspiring.
See?
Tanya vouches for Graydon, says that he is, in fact, a good dude. So maybe he's not a true motorcycle boy.
Yeah, motorcycle boys are shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes.
He takes her for a walk. He apologizes. And he's a real liar here because he's like, you got it. You're a good artist and shit. She's like, nah. In their chat,
cut inside the lines.
Lily admits that she was late to college because she had a bit of a freak out. She was nervous. And we find out that Graydon is from Beverly Hills, and that is not where he wants to be. Lily opens up a little bit more that
You hear me? You hear me? Living in Beverly Hills.
Do you know when the housemates clean the floor? They get the spaces in between.
What were you singing, Kron?
The fucking Weezer song, dude. Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be. You hear me? You hear me?
Did they say that in that song?
I thought they were saying Beverly.
I don't know what the fuck they say. It's some little.
Living in Beverly Hills.
All right. She wants to be someone different. Graydon, he doesn't delay, dude. Starts macking on her ASAP. He's like, you're sweet, you're beautiful, and you are different. She gets a little freaked, though. She takes off. March 1st. How do you know who you can have until you have them? Lily starts having a little daydream.
Ignore that message. It's supposed to go to my wife.
Uh-oh.
Did we just get an accidental text?
I think it just went to me.
Yeah, because I was clicked on the message on the...
Did you get a tit pic, dude?
Yeah.
No.
It says zoom way in.
Like really hard.
All right, this daydream takes us to this dark club. It's not very full. Lily's on this stage. She's blonde. She's grinding on a very bones-looking guy, if I say so myself. He's pretty ripped, long hair and shit.
Skinny as hell. Got the skeleton like pajamas on.
Kind of imagined yourself in this role, huh?
Mm-hmm. God, I wish I was a Graydon. Welding stuff.
It's a cool name.
It's a very 90s name.
Mm-hmm.
She takes another look at that love note. Guys, did Graydon write this? What's going on?
Gotta be.
It's time for a makeover. She decides to take 2.5 inches of hair.
If that.
If that. And only from like a few
strands.
Few strands, because there's not much in the sink.
It took me a while. I was like, it's the same color. Like,
yeah. Well, it took me a while to figure out who this actress was. I was like, this is such a massive difference. Who just got V for Vendetta here? Did you get a nice visit?
Yeah, she's grabbing the fan for the kid.
Okay. Tell her I'm doing a Joker wave.
She's already gone.
I'll do it. Wake her up later.
Fucking 12:15. Bones did this. I wake her up and tell her what we did on the whole show every time we record.
It's important to have good communication with one's partner.
Yeah.
You just recite it from memory and you do the voices.
Because Lord knows our partners are not listening to this shit.
Thank God.
I will be editing this and I'll be laughing at something that you guys said or some bit or something. Like kind of chuckling to myself, and Sam will be like, something pretty funny. I'll say, yeah, you want to hear it? And I know the answer before I've stopped the sentence.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I trust you.
All right.
We have different kinds of humor that we find funny.
Is that a conversation that's happened in your house?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's always like, why'd you say that? Because I haven't podcasted in 6 weeks. I gotta say stuff.
A man's got a fucking riff.
I haven't said jizz in 2 weeks.
I'm a air quotes comedian.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're real comedians.
All right.
Hear that, Chris?
While
Fucking
she's
hear that?
cutting her hair, she's still in her gold miner fucking long johns. She slips on these heels, puts on that chunky necklace. I don't know about you guys. The look was coming together for old Bones.
Mm-hmm. It's working, dude.
Mm-hmm. Tease.
When I seen this, I was like, Bones is going to say this chick is hot right here.
She is fucking, she's gorgeous.
I knew it. I was like,
Alyssa Milano is so fucking hot.
Actually, when she pulled those heels up, I was like, oh, Bones is going to love this.
Oh, fuck. God damn. All right. Peter's still at it. 10 days straight or some shit, setting a campus record.
Is this what he, like, does he have classes, or is it just, like, I just perform from sun up to sundown?
It's like those like when I was at Mizzou, right? There was that little forum thing that, people could sit in and just say whatever the fuck they wanted, and you'd get some random old dude that would just show up at campus and talk about Jesus or whatever. I'd much rather have Peters than some guy talking about St. Peter.
Nice.
All right, Graydon meets up with Lily. She's got her fucking hat on, though, so he doesn't know that she's buzzed her head. They flirt a little bit, but what's important is that we see the professor. He's peeking from across the quad.
They really should have shaved the anarchy sign that Darlene did in the first one. I think that would have been a great callback.
Lily heads into the art gallery. She's followed by the professor.
Or at least some connective tissue between the two movies.
Shitty peace sign tattoo on her shoulder or something.
Yeah, infected peace sign.
I want that tattooist back, man.
Wouldn't that be crazy if they had just had like that guy in all 4 movies? And that was the thing that like tied it all.
He's like the Bruce Campbell in Spider-Man, playing a different role. All right. Professor's just shamelessly flirting with Lily inside of this art gallery. He mentions like he's an artist, so he's observant as hell. And he knows that she's cut all of her hair off. He's like, usually that means like crisis of faith or something, or a boy. Like, which is it? She's like, whatever. He's like, no, but for real, you got such a pretty face. You shouldn't hide it behind all that hair.
It's less hair now than she had before.
This woman shows up. This is Angela. Turns out this is the professor's wife. He introduces Lily as their new babysitter. Cut to that house, Lily playing hide and seek with Daphne.
Whoa, start the movie over, dude. He's married?
Yeah, I was confused because if you remember, he was fucking in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Married dudes don't do that.
No way.
They're playing hide and seek while Daphne, wonderful fucking hider underneath the bed of her parents. Lily comes in, finds her pretty quick. They're laying on the bed. Lily gets distracted by this briefcase. Daphne says, oh, that's my dad's old paintings. He doesn't like to paint anymore. Mommy says it's because painting makes him crazy. They get interrupted when the parents come home. She freaks out a little bit, but Falk comes in, catches her in the bedroom. Uh-oh. I've seen this movie before. Angela tells the professor, why don't you take Lily home? So he takes her on a ride. This is where she mentions that she's from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Dan started looking up if he could order some craft brew.
This guy also has like a super nice modern house. He's driving like a classic Mustang. It seems like he teaches one class a week.
Yeah. These guys, they sell one painting for $10,000.
You'll live like a king, dude.
They just live off the interest, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Graydon is a writer on Roadhouse too.
Hell yeah. So that would qualify for a passion project or a vanity project category.
Could be.
All right, before dropping her off, Professor says, hey, you want to bring your fucking doodles into my office hours anytime? I'm there every day. I'd love to take a look.
But they better be on a fucking leash.
You think he actually wrote it, or he was like, oh, you want me in the movie? You're going to have to give me a writer's credit, dude. I'm getting some back end.
No. What if I say, fuck that instead of forget that? Write that. Change it in the script. Okay, I'm a writer now.
So the Ed Norton.
Yeah, it's how Hollywood works. We know shit here.
You guys see these ads where Ed Norton's talking about PDFs and shit?
No.
Like Adobe? Or?
He's invested in some company that's like revolutionizing corporate communication.
Hi, I'm Jack's computer.
Are we going to see Project Mayhem like this term? It's going to be like a thing, right?
Are they doing a sequel?
No,
like he's like in real life. Yeah.
In real life.
Like, I mean, I'm still...
It's coming.
Anonymous gave their fucking threat 6 weeks ago or whatever. I was waiting for something to start to roll. I don't know. Are they the ones behind the X attacks that were happening?
I mean, I can't reveal much.
Listen, I'm not doing anything until somebody from the DNC sends me the check, because obviously anybody that protests in America is paid by the left-wing Antifa.
That's true. I made a lot of money last year.
I'm off protest. I'm on to sabotage now, dude.
Sabaton, like the band?
No, just like...
No, Kron he tucks his shirt in and he runs around with a radio like the Sabotage video.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's a real mustache. Stop.
Motorcycle dude, he notices Falk driving off.
Was it boy
home.
in your notes? Be honest.
It's motorcycle dude.
All right. I believe you.
More from the diary, June 1st. Ivy's philosophy, number 21. Never fall in love.
How many philosophies are there? I want the whole list, dude.
I hope we get more in 3.
Oh, me too.
Fill in those caps, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe this.
This really, I mean, it's kind of a My Name is Earl situation. It's a great premise for a series. Like, you establish that there's these rules, and you can just fill in the gaps to write different stories.
Well, she follows number 21.
She follows these, yeah.
She never fell in love, dude.
Never fall in love. As long as I can break somebody's heart, that's love enough for me. Lily gets all dolled up. She interrupts motorcycle welder working on his Thunderdome. They start throwing back some shots. She pulls off her.
What was the alcohol?
I don't know. I mean, it was brown, but it didn't. It was in like a tall bottle, so I don't think it was whiskey.
It might just been vodka, but it was sun-baked, so it got a little brown.
Maybe rum, something like that.
He seems like a rum guy. That's a good call.
Fiend for a mojito.
She pulls off her hat, gives the little doe eyes of like, are you going to notice? And he says, did Donald like it? You're becoming a real teacher's pet. She's like, no, I'm just his babysitter.
He's like, what? This dude likes to get into diapers and like crawl around and shit?
But he's over it. French kissing leads to some great movie sex. And guys, all this drinking leads to a pee break.
Don't go too slow. Don't go too fast. Baby, I've been waiting.
All right. When we left off, Lily and Graydon, they just fucked underneath his sculpture. And for the listener that chooses not to watch the movie, when I joke Thunderdome, think that playground dome that you don't see anymore. You know what I'm talking about? That would just
be one with like all the bars and you can climb up it.
Yeah, it's basically just like little triangles making like a half sphere. Try to imagine that with an open side and a fucking mattress in the middle of it.
There's going to be a UPS truck that backs up to your guys' house.
And I guess on the other end, he just stores a bunch of candelabras because he's gotten all those out and fucking set them up everywhere.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. When it first shows it, like when she moves in, I was like, is that like a crashed car or something? I thought it was like maybe the Corvette from like the first movie.
Listener, also, the ongoing whether or not we do a video element to this podcast continued. You did not hear that. The magic of editing means that it appears as though we went to a pee break and then immediately came back, and that's not ever what happens. But Dan, if we were to build this Thunderdome-like structure, I would probably commit to a video podcast with some candles, Kron sexily laid out on a piss-ridden mattress.
I think that's the issue with me is it's going to be hard for me not to show my ass.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't be live, so we can put a little black bar.
Just the hole, just the hole.
Well, that's because you don't want to be identified by the authorities.
Yes.
Yeah, just put a little black dot where the hole is, so it looks like Dan's got a gaped asshole.
Or we can just do like a cool picture of Kron,
Oh, coming out the hole like fucking Porky Pig at the end of a Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
That's ass, folks.
Yeah. That will end every show. You know what? Yeah.
It's still an audio medium, Dan. The listeners won't know what that was.
Thumbs down. Later that night, Lily has a dream. I think it's time to get deep, analyze this bad boy. What she sees is herself. This self approaches, do you remember me? Take me with you.
Do you remember?
Lily says, I can't. I think that this is her older self, her Kalamazoo self, right? This is her committing to the Ivy philosophy.
Yeah, I'm fully bad Lily now.
Old Lily wilted and died. It's only new Lily now.
You think the call to Barrymore's agent came through and they're like, no, this is exactly why we wanted her killed off in the first one.
Did you, at any point in this movie, think, how are they going to kill her?
I was praying they wouldn't.
Same.
Nah, I went a little too far and spoiled some shit for me.
What a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
I was
kind of like, fuck.
I was watching at the end of this being like, please don't take Lily from us.
I went upstairs and made my wife cross her fingers.
If you have to take someone, make it the Hat Man.
I'm going to push play. Are they still crossed?
Lily heads to Falk's office to have her landscapes judged.
Whoa.
He calls her a good student. He says you're cautious. You're still careful.
It's 96. I'm sure it's a landing strip.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Take whatever she's giving me.
Who cares what it is?
If I'm picking pubes out of my nose for the next week, so fucking be it.
I'm going to go at it anyway.
As long as my mustache still stinks 2 days later. Fuck. It was a good night.
Mm-hmm. New Lily, she ain't taking this shit, though. She calls him out. She says, who are you to judge and teach when you're not even painting yourself? This is bullshit. And he says, listen, hot young thing. To be a serious artist, you have to sacrifice everything. You have to go to battle with your demons. He says he's lost a few of those battles along the way.
So we're true artists here on 5 Day Rentals. That's what we do every week.
Yeah. I'm constantly battling a mouth that is not designed for podcasting. I'm constantly at battle with people taking constant drinks when I'm trying to set them up for flows.
And I'm constantly battling cirrhosis of the liver, so.
I'm constantly battling. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
That's your battle, dude.
And I mean, all three of us are battling a horde of evil puppets.
I'm constantly battling
and
criticizing movies, but I'm not fucking supposed to be.
We need help. We have considered joining NATO to fight these fucking puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Dan,
Kron, Bones?
No, please go ahead.
I was just going to ask Kron if he had a puppet category for season 3.
TBD, dude.
Well, we'll see. Season 3 is going to be short, so.
What were you saying? What are you going to ask me?
Oh, I was going to ask if you
love puppets.
Yes, of course. And I know the answer, so we can move on.
Sorry, Bones. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Did the professor give you 70s George Carlin vibe? Like the short beard, the balding, like to long hair. He looks like...
I could see that. Yeah. The real problem is...
kind of in that transition from when he went from like goofy riffer to being like a little bit more philosophical, like
started wearing a black shirt more.
Yeah.
I
feel like
I can totally
you
see
can kind of identify like, oh, when Carlin went to the ponytail, like that's post cocaine.
He's serious now.
I know everybody's kind of on his dick right now, but I really do appreciate Bill Burr stepping it up a little bit, because there's been a void for a very long time in that space.
Goddamn, this dude was just... He's been in almost so many fucking times for this show.
Xander?
Yeah.
Holy
shit.
I think he's a good looking dude. Even with like the receding hairline and stuff, he can, in T2, he looks like a fucking piece of shit with that fucking baseball tee and everything. But I think he's a good looking dude in this. I get the vibe of, I could understand a young artist kind of digging him. I like his loose shirts. Like he looks comfortable. You can quickly get those off in the event. An artist needs some. Yeah.
A 19-year-old.
Well, this is 96. I mean, there's still hiring guys like this in movies.
Yeah, we used to hire real people.
Yeah. Like good shit actors, man.
Yeah, I feel like
that's a positive.
Yeah.
Like the kind of frumpy teacher now would be Liam Hemsworth or some shit. Yeah. I mean, it would be like...
Can we get Timmy Chalamet?
Mm-hmm.
Guy wants to be the greatest, dude. That guy, fucking Chalamet, oozes motorcycle boy.
Mm-hmm. He does. Absolutely.
That'd be my first question for him next week when he guests.
I love me some Timothée Chalamet. So much so I pronounce his name correctly.
How does it feel?
All right. Lily says, listen, I want to face fears and shit. All right. And they make a deal. I help you face yours. You help me face mine. Falk's like, fuck it. Let's face them.
My biggest fear, too, is drawing hot, naked ladies.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into it. So he has her pose.
Not if you're taught by this dude.
He pops out a canvas. He tells her to take off her clothes. She laughs. He says, does that prospect frighten you? She says, a little. He says, all the more reason to do it then, right? And she strips down to her shoulders.
Boring.
That's enough for him to at least get inspired enough to put some graphite on paper, though.
That's enough for Bones.
I mean, we had the Thunderbone, so I'm... At this point, everything post that is just bonus.
Why are all these people... Why are they all charcoal on paper?
You got to learn the fundamentals, dude.
Right, but do like all painters, is it like before you can paint, you have to charcoal?
Yes.
Because Hollywood is a place filled with artists, but nobody who actually understands actual art. That's why everybody hated Velvet Buzzsaw.
I think you could start out right with a paintbrush. You don't have to do fucking caveman tactics.
Well, it's the first time she's posing, dude. She doesn't have the muscle endurance for it yet, so it's not.
He's the one drawing, dude.
Yeah, but it's a quick 5-minute shoulder session. Like he eventually gets to paint.
He does, but all the students are just like, oh, I guess I'll fucking let me go get my charcoals and fucking.
I watched this and I was like, I could do a better job than all these people.
That's the strength of the film, because you go, oh, I could do that more. I could do that better. That's like those shitty Instagram ads for like the video games that are sucking.
Uh-huh.
And it draws you in like, oh, I could fucking shoot that zombie right there. Like you're purposely being bad. And it's a subliminal thing to make you want to click it. So this, like what Top Gun did for the Navy, this movie did for fucking art schools. 1997 had an influx of weird girls from Michigan heading to LA.
That happened when you guys saw Top Gun? You were like, I gotta have gay sex better than that.
What Top Gun did you watch?
You watched Top Cum, dude.
Yeah.
Same one you watched, dude.
I could fuck a dude better than that.
Hershey Highway to the Danger Zone.
These guys aren't even trying, really.
Come on, suck it, dude. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Don't just look at it. Don't fucking play volleyball again.
That's right. Ass man.
Caboose, talk to me.
He's in my 6. All right. We're inspired now. We get a montage of Lily posing more and more provocatively. She starts tracing the Ivy art. We see Donald getting deeper and deeper into his art, into his demons. He's smoking, he's drinking.
So am I wrong?
Real Kron here. He's obsessing.
Yeah, it's fun to smoke and drink, dude.
Great.
And draw tits and stuff.
Maybe Ivy really didn't die in the first one.
She's dead, dude.
I'm making Poison Ivy 1.5. I'm writing that script.
Okay.
I mean, there should be like a 1.5 or a 0 to kind of fill in some gaps here, but I'll let it
DK,
slide.
I'll be DMing you.
Just reboot the whole fucking thing. Or does that lose some of the charm? You want to set it in 94.
Yeah, I want to do 94. You have those naysayers that are like, well,
Yeah.
she would have swung higher.
Opens with her limping into a college.
Yeah, it's kind of like I want to make Poison Ivy 2-2.
For real. I want 10 more with Lily.
Oh, Alyssa Milano is the teacher now, dude.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And it's me. I'm the student.
No, don't ruin it.
She's begging
Don't
me
ruin
and
it.
stuff?
It's another chick, dude.
All right. Okay.
What's your name? Kron Ivy?
Yeah.
Cronifer.
Crilly.
Graydon approaches Lily. He's starting to feel a little seduced and abandoned. This new Lily, she's a cold one. Angela's lying in bed. She's sad. Her obsessive husband isn't home. Maybe we're starting to get the sense that she's been through this before. Bridget creeps up on Lily while she's tracing one of those Ivy photos. I say trace. It's they're right next to each other. She's reinterpreting them. A little bit of color. Bridget comes up and says, or actually is like a real fucking bitch and like scares her right in the middle of her That's fucking rude. How would she like it if I like pushed a shopping cart into the living room while she's doing some fucked up flip.
Yeah.
Bridget tells her that they're having a party tonight.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville.
All right. And then rightfully so, Lily's like, fuck her. And she goes to the window. She watches Bridget approaches Graydon, starts getting all handsy with him and shit. She's like, fuck him. Fuck them all. And guys, you know shit is getting serious because we see a lipstick application, which is the universal movie language of this bitch means business. She's so hardcore now, she self-pierces her navel.
Whoa.
Tanya,
it's like black. It's like black lipstick too, dude. It's like
it looks like she already has a layer of lipstick on and then is applying black. She's building up a layer.
That's how you get those undertones, dude.
This is 96. I mean,
you've been watching all those.
Superstar just came out. I mean,
yeah. Tanya
Your world is an ashtray.
Is that new album good?
I listened to it like twice when I was blowing leaves when it came out. It's all right. He sounds a lot better. I will say that. He does sound better because he's been sober for 2.5 years.
Yeah. That's still one of those weird, it's like hard to deny the importance his work has had on me, but.
He's acquitted. He's fine.
Okay.
You gotta trust in the court system, dude.
Tanya comes in and she does not.
I think when he got sober, he put a rib back in, right?
2.
Yeah, you got to eliminate the temptation.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing makes you long for the bottle after taking a shot of your own sin in your mouth, you know?
Oh, I thought it was like wait, you think he's sucking his dick and then drinking? I thought it'd at least be the other way around.
No, you don't want to get all dizzy. You don't want to gag yourself.
He's coming in his own mouth? I figured he just let it shoot.
Well, that way the next time you come, there's even more. You can identify how many loads there are by counting the knots in the rope.
Cut that cum in half and count the rings.
Sorry.
We gotta end this podcast soon, dude. We gotta be done with this shit.
Shit. All right. You started it, Kron.
No.
Yeah.
You guys brought up Benson. That was me.
You said he added the extra rib.
All right, she means business now. She's pierced her own navel. Tanya comes in, and she does not recognize her roommate that she met 15 days ago. And she's like, what is going on? And Lily says, just self-expression.
2 inches off your own hair?
Fuck.
Girl, what is going on?
I hope that grows back. Lily lights up a cigarette. Tanya's like, you're fucking smoking now too? And Lily hits her where it hurts. She's like, don't you have some like super highway to be on? Fucking nerd.
I didn't get that.
The computer.
The internet superhighway.
Informational superhighway. Wasn't that the big selling point in the 90s?
All right.
Anyway, Tanya's like, well, fuck you. And I'm not going to introduce you to my hot lesbian girlfriend, Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a fucking subplot I would have loved to have explored.
Sure.
She doesn't have to put on her red dress.
Yeah.
The scene is so funny because the tone of it is like, you're getting too edgy and out there. And then she's like, you just can't fucking hang with me. She's like, well, guess what? I'm a lesbian.
I've been gay this whole time.
Yeah. It's like, all right, cool.
It happens so quick. You're just like, oh, yep, there it is. Like, moving on.
Yeah, why didn't we watch them through the little door?
Oh, yeah.
It would have been fun.
Does she even have a room? I just got the sense she lives, like she sleeps in front of that computer.
Could be.
You go to steal some rice crackers out of Bridget's cupboard. You walk in on Roxanne going down on Tanya.
You gotta want to add some peanut butter to that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you figured out the spray paint tool?
If you do just like one half of your circle, it creates an illusion of depth.
Kron, was this unrated or extended?
Yeah, this was the unrated cut of Poison Ivy 2.
It's party time, dudes. Seems like half the people at this party did not get the memo about it being a masked party.
No.
Someone with a mask approaches Lily, and they offer to show her a new shot called the Icebreaker. This guy's got his mask on. He's all fucking suave and shit. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He takes a lime wedge, runs it down her clavicle into her cleavage.
It's kind of more just like her shoulder and neck bone. But yeah.
Puts the lime wedge into her mouth. This gentleman licks her chest, takes a shot, grabs the lemon wedge out of her mouth.
Uh-huh.
That's an icebreaker.
And I think we just found our next drink for the in-person
I was
records.
waiting on it.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be doing the icebreakers. And we will be releasing the video for that episode.
Everybody's having a goddamn blast.
So get your boners ready.
That really should have been the tagline for this season, right? Had we put out a boner? Had we put out a poster? Get your boners ready. Lily's starting to get jealous of old Graydon, though. He's getting hoarded by Bridget. So she tracks down her masked liquor, starts dancing and grinding. Well, this starts making Graydon jealous. Turns out, though, this masked dude that she's making out and grinding on is fucking Robert, our cello player. Oh my God. Robert, in shame, runs away.
Why do they freak out?
His fedora.
Why does she freak
so
out?
big.
Why does he freak out?
Because he's in band.
Robert freaks out?
Yeah.
Well, he gets like...
He's embarrassed and runs away.
Yeah.
No. Dude, band people were the only people fucking in high school. That dude is fucking.
You gotta master your fingering somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I got calluses, baby.
Graydon approaches. He says, looks like no one's safe with you around.
Found it hard to get the end of that trumpet inside me.
Well, you got to work up to that end, buddy.
Flared, dude.
Nobody's safe when you're around. She hasn't done any. She cut her fucking hair. And she slept with her professor in college.
It bothered everybody. It was a fucking.
It's a fucking fiasco
tragedy.
at the campus, dude.
75% of college students could fucking be like, yeah, that happened to me.
Even Peter, the performance artist, broke character to ask fellow students, what's up with Lily? She's been here for 8 days. She cuts her hair off.
Yeah, he stopped mid-performance and was like, oh my God, you cut your hair.
Doesn't Graydon say something like, I hope he kills himself or something?
Yeah.
I think the professor says somebody needs to put him out of his misery or something.
I think there is a part where Graydon is like, she's watching him and like kind of giggling to herself.
That's right. That's right.
Graydon grabs her and he's like, hey, that guy's a fucking loser. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
He's just jealous. He's sitting, all he can do is weld. Mm-hmm. If he had a third of the talent as Peter, no telling what he'd be doing.
Can't dance, can't mime.
He'd own Beverly Hills.
Yeah, you could burn your father's house to the ground.
So he's obviously a rich kid.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So Lily's response to this is, got a problem with that? And apparently he doesn't, because they get right into grinding on each other. Guess who's been watching this whole fucking thing through the window? Poor Donald. Lily escorts Graydon into the bathroom.
But it was a beautiful window.
Of her own house? She's got a bedroom in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Seems rude to your guests to hog the bathroom. But I think it's because she needs the shower rod. Because she undresses Graydon and puts him into a situation where his backside is exposed. And I believe, now this is the 90s. This is a few decades ago. I think people thought that in order to activate a boner, you had to blow into the butthole.
That seems to be
like a clown at a birthday party about to fucking twist up a giraffe. But before it gets too far, I think he's like, no, I got this.
I'm already there.
I got it. Bridget got me halfway there. We're good. So they bone down in this bathroom.
The one I sent you was a letterboxed review about this movie that I thought was the best one I've seen.
Yeah. Next morning, Lily and Graydon in her bed. So they made it to the bed. They didn't fall asleep in the tub.
Oh.
They get woken up by the answering machine. It's Lily's mom calling. They realize, oh shit, we slept in. It's late. Lily's going to miss class. Graydon's like, you don't need that fucking class. She's like, I want to fucking go, okay? He's like, well, then fucking go. Well, quit fucking talking to me so I can go. She goes to the bathroom. He lights up a smoke. He starts digging around in her vanity while he's asking about Thanksgiving. What's he find? Finds the letters, dude. Fucking love letters. What is this shit? We're going to cut over, though. We're going to cut to class where Falk standing up. He's all fucking sad because his muse and his fucking nemesis aren't there. We see him go over, make a phone call. Graydon answers. Fucking phone hangs up. Lily comes out. They start, she's finishing to get dressed. He throws a fucking tantrum. He's like, I want to know, Lily. She's like, I can't have this conversation right now. I'm late for class, remember? I don't know who you are anymore. I've known you for like 3 weeks. You're a complete different person. What the fuck? He pulls out the letters and he says, I don't want to compete. He bolts. We get some sweet cello music from Robert in the other room. And she says, I thought you wrote these. So it was Robert.
Whoa. A revelation, dude.
Donald's in his office.
He doesn't even have a speaking part in this film, does he?
He said he has a line.
At the very end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He says, I'm not real. Send me back to the spirit realm.
All right, Donald's in his office. He has to hide his big magnum opus lily painting that he's been working on when his wife shows up with a sandwich. She notices that he's painting again. He tries to deflect, won't let her look at it. She wants to know who he's painting, and he freaks out. And he's like, listen, I just don't want to be a fucking hypocrite, okay? But she says, I don't want to go through all this again, all right? This nearly killed us last time.
2 weeks ago. That almost ended us.
Yep. Lily shows up as Angela has stormed off. He's like, where the fuck were you today? Were you with Graydon? She's like, whatever. Fuck you. Fuck this. She tries to leave, and he's like, don't go. I can't let you go. I've never felt this way before. Like Kron said, I haven't felt this way in 2 weeks. This guy's absolutely toast. He starts kissing all over her neck, says he's falling in love with her. He takes her over to the chaise, starts undressing her. He's like, your beauty scares me, terrifies me. She lets him start taking some more clothes off. She's into it. She's only slightly hesitant. Right as he's about to start diving, the fucking doorbell rings, though. This snaps him out of it. He runs to the door. I think it's like Donna. He's like, not fucking now, Donna. Mm-hmm. Well, this snaps Lily out of it. She takes off. Later that night, we see Donald in bed with Angela. She's trying to put the moves on him. She's fucking yesterday's news, dude. He ain't into it.
Isn't there there's such a weird throwaway line. I think it's actually when she comes to try to look at his art. When his wife is like, when did you start locking your office? And he just goes, well, after the last campus shooting.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, this is America.
I guess, but it's like a throwaway line in the movie then.
And last implies that there's been more than one.
Yeah. Because you would just say, since the campus shooting.
Since the last time somebody tried to put Peter out of his misery.
Yeah. Me.
Well, what if he was like, well, since the last time Peter tried to come in here, like Peter's some ghoul that checks open doors.
Yeah, if he gets in, you have to watch him for 30 minutes and give him notes and shit.
It's like an unspoken campus rule.
Mm-hmm.
Peter finds his way into your fucking studio. He gets to be in there. He gets to sleep there that night. Motorcycle boy and Lily, they come home. She's on the back of his bike. Find it weird where and how he parks.
He's brave, I'll say that.
Yeah, it's just... It looks like what was left of... It's like 3 sides of a garage. It's like, 3 concrete walls that are all graffitied. And he parks perfectly in the center, all of them. You would think up against one of the walls, maybe in the back, to be a little bit more conspicuous.
I noticed it was graffitied as well, and I was like, well, he did that. Like, he's an artist.
If he was really good, he would have left like a void in the shape of a motorcycle. So kind of like those dudes that are like real nerdy about how they hang their tools. They'll do like the tape outline.
Mm-hmm. Or he could have just drawn on like it looks like there's a tunnel that goes on forever.
Or the angel wings. So like you can take selfies and shit.
What if he laid the bike down and then he had like 2 little twigs that he laid over it? Like a little camouflage.
Mm-hmm. One of those little like nets with like a OD green net that you can pull over the top of it. And
yeah, like that the Russians used to cover their, surface to air missile trucks.
Right.
Which somehow always seemed to fool every spy plane. Like, well, it's open desert with the exception of that little green camouflaged area over there.
Dense vegetation.
Doesn't look like anything's here.
It's an oasis.
All right. Lily, she starts apologizing. She says, I've been really confused. This won't be the last time, but for right now, I'm not confused. He's into it. He carries her up to the house. We're going to cut to Thanksgiving. Lily and Graydon, they show up to Angela and Donald's. Turns out Donald didn't know. Angela was sweet, invited their babysitter over to Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Lily invites her boyfriend.
Why bring this guy? To your teacher's house that you're hooking up with?
This is part of the mind game that I think she's so ingrained in she can't get out. And I think it's also as like a defense mechanism. Like, I'm with him. Leave me alone.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought the second time I watched it. The first time I was just like, why the fuck would you? Because it just seems like you're creating a situation to explode.
That's how some of these chicks are, though, dude, right? Like that.
Yeah, they just want the fucking...
They do that shit, though.
Oh my God, 2 guys are fighting over me?
Yeah. Real Brewster's family here. Did you mention when Angela's like, hey, Lily, can you grab the mineral water?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Lily, can you push down on the soda stream in there?
Hold on, I gotta push the button first.
Well, which button?
The stream button.
Okay. Guess I'm a real Brewster's because I got 3 different settings. Donald confronts Lily in the kitchen. He's like, what the fuck? Why'd you bring him? She's all bothered and shit.
And you leave yours on the button that's like, drain the fucking CO2 bottle. It doesn't matter to us.
Oh, yeah.
Most bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
When I said that I send them back, I fucking lied. I just throw them into the street.
Yeah.
Every third one, if there's a little CO2 left and the end of it breaks off and it goes shooting down the street like a rocket, fucking awesome. Lily says, listen, Graydon's my boyfriend. We're going fucking steady. And Donald is all pissed off. Cut to this awkward ass meal. Poor Donald, not even allowed to sit at the head of his own table. I don't know what the fuck Angela's thinking. I guess it's like, no, I need you to sit across from Lily. But maybe put them at the far side from each other. Because they're still close enough. They could be playing footsie and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really missed like a foot going into his crotch. Opportunity. Which has never happened to me.
Daphna's finally like,
I'll get you, buddy. Don't you worry.
Thanks, Kron.
2 or 3 icebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Kron will get you.
But I can't expect it though. Okay.
It's pretty quiet for a while. Daphna is like, this is uncomfortable. Mom, I'm done. I'm going to go hide, which means I'm just going to crawl underneath the table. Graydon finally, he starts asking some questions. He asks about about Angela's ongoing photography, which we learned earlier in the movie that she's getting back into. Graydon compliments Angela's beauty, and he reluctantly admits that Donald's art is good. Lily asks about how Angela and Donald met. Donald blows this off, instead just wanting to have more to drink. Over dessert, Donald's shit-faced, but he's at least a decent enough father to acknowledge, like, where the fuck's my daughter? She needs to go to bed. He picks her up, Daughter's like, no, I want Daddy and Lily to tuck me in.
Whoa, weird.
Graydon stays back to help Angela clean up, and Donald can't help himself. After they tuck in Daphne, he corners her, starts getting real inappropriate. She tries fighting him off. The ruckus is enough to draw the attention of not only Angela, but poor little Daphne. Daphne gets freaked out by this. She runs away. Graydon comes up. He sees Lily crying. He's fucking pissed. He bolts too. Donald and Angela, they go after Daphne. She's outside, down the sidewalk, down the street, into a crosswalk, gets hit by a car.
Would you know my name?
Angela.
If I saw you here.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad, man.
Fucked up. Angela pushes Donald off of Daphne when he freaks out and tries to check on her. Graydon, he gets over Daphne. He's starting to check on her. But as Donald continues to fight off Angela, Graydon stands up and does this cool, sweet, backhanded hammer fist. Pop. Knocks Donald on his ass. Thankfully, Daphne is conscious. Angela consoles her. Lily runs up in her big chunky heels, continues to cry, and just runs away.
The shot of her running away is so funny, where she's just trucking down the fucking sidewalk.
So long.
Reminded me of Pinocchio's Revenge when we get that extended shot of Pinocchio running down the street. Can't get away from these fucking puppets.
Damn it, Bones.
At home, Lily is sulking in her room. Fuck you, Ivy, she yells. She starts ripping up the photo off of her mirror. She starts ripping off all her new wall art. Starts packing away all the Ivy relics. She's still adamant enough about her skincare routine. She applies her makeup cleanser before taking a shower, which...
This shot was so weird, too. Like a big fucking glob of it, and she's just
crying through it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
We got David Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the true femininity that Milano is bringing to this. You don't maintain this without the routine. The viewer's not going to believe that I have this flawless skin if I went to sleep with runny, tear-drenched mascara.
Maybe that was Anne's thing. This is real. She's going to take her makeup off before she goes to bed. But let me just totally not pay respect to the first fucking Poison Ivy in any way possible.
Well, but she dead though.
So
how do you do that?
So many opportunities here, dude. Don't pierce your fucking belly button. Get a fucking peace sign tattoo, bro.
Well, that was the other girl. That wasn't Ivy.
Yeah, but it's still, it's for the fans, dude. It's for the fans. Okay?
I think she goes to that tattoo and piercing shop and she's like, is there a piercer here today? And the tattooist turns around and it's the tattooist from the first one. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, he holds up a finger. He's like, hold on. And he spits liquor across the room. And he's like, he's off on Tuesdays or whatever. She's like, fuck it. I'll do it myself.
Amazing.
I agree with you. That would work. That would make me happy.
One more star for Laundry Dan.
But this would confuse you because the first Poison Ivy, there's so much goddamn rain. I don't believe that that's L.A.
Whoa, dude, you would have bumped it up to 5 stars?
Wow. Graydon is waiting for Lily when she gets out of the bathroom. And he hits her. He's like, he doesn't physically hit her. He emotionally hits her. by saying, Daphne's going to be fine. I don't know if you care. She says, and you? He says, am I fine or do I care? Oh. Graydon closes the door. He goes to leave, but he gets knocked out. Lily hears the commotion. She starts stepping back. The door creaks open, and Donald walks in. I can't let you go, Lily. Not after everything we've been through. He gets a hold of Lily, but Graydon is back up and at it. He and Donald fight. They go back and forth. There's almost a stabbing. Lily gets involved, hits Donald. Donald ends up tackling Graydon through the window onto the roof. Graydon gets knocked out for a second time. Dan, here you go. Donald's in the hallway, and Robert's standing right there, and he gets a line of, the police are on their way. But Donald just throws Robert down the fucking stairs.
And it's crazy because then you're like, oh shit, he is real. Like other people interacted with him. It blew my mind the first time I watched it.
It's awesome that each of us had a different experience watching this. Lily runs out onto the roof lookout. Donald grabs her. He starts pulling her towards the ledge. She's like, what are you doing? He slips. He's hanging off. He tries to hold on by her ankles, but Graydon, you can't keep this fucking dude down. He grabs Lily.
Dog.
Donald loses his grip, fucking falls. To me, that's the connective tissue of the Poison Ivy series. If somebody doesn't fall and die in the third one,
then why are we doing this?
Yeah, what is this?
Ever saw you in heaven.
Lily just absolutely breaks down crying. She pushes Graydon away. The police sirens approach. We fade in on Robert playing his cello. Personally, missed opportunity to have him in a neck brace.
Or to just disappear.
Just fade.
Yeah.
Graydon is back at work on his Thunderdome. Lily approaches. She apologizes once again. She says, my whole life I felt like a freak. You know, for being just this unnaturally beautiful. I wasn't accepted.
Wouldn't it have been cool if, like, really low in the mix, Freak on a Leash started? That was your credit song.
Oh, I was doing Twist.
Something takes a part of me. Yeah, I listened to is it Turbo? They do Driver's Seat.
Mm-hmm.
There's this dude from Oklahoma. He's like, my first song is Twist by Kron. This is the #1 song that my 4-year-old daughter requests every time we get in the car. And I'm like, that's child abuse, buddy. That's child abuse.
Twist. Twist. All right. She continues on. She's like, I never felt accepted there because I was different. Then I got here and I wasn't different enough and I lost myself. It was an opportunity to become somebody else. He's kind of ignoring her. She says, but for what it's worth, I love you. God damn, he can't resist. He takes her to his outdoor bed. That's the end of Poison Ivy 2. Lily.
Incredible.
Dan, hit us with that reluctant research.
You guys, this was released January 16th of 1996. There's no information on a budget or a box office because it was direct to video. At the cinema that month, you could catch 12 Monkeys, a personal favorite of mine, Biodome, Lawnmower Man 2,
Cyberspace,
From Dusk Till Dawn, and the family classic Dunstan Checks In. Not much research to be found on this one. This is the only film in the franchise where Ivy is a protagonist and not an antagonist. And we already went over the Jamie Presley pictures and all that.
Ivy's more of a essence. Right?
Your fan fiction.
Lily is the protagonist. I get what they're saying, that the Lily... Yeah, okay. I got it. I follow that.
Also, Lily's a little bit of an antagonist. She gets her two boyfriends together to have a fist fight. I mean, she kind of like creates a bomb and then is surprised when it explodes on her.
Yeah. Her uncontrolled sexuality leads a man to fucking absolute darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I got for Poison Ivy 2.
Thanks.
From 1996.
Thanks, dude. As is our rule with the box set, we do not play Rate My Letterbox. We instead just talk this bad boy out. Kron, let's fucking Oreo this bad boy. Why don't you lead us off with your thoughts and final rating on Poison Ivy 2?
Yeah, it does feel like Dan's going to be pretty negative here. I'm just going to cut to, like, Poison Ivy 1, a fun lead-in. Poison Ivy 2, I had way more fun with it. It kind of had more of what I was hoping we would get out of this series. Like, I do feel like they've amped up the sleaze a little bit. They've definitely amped up the non-geriatric ass nudity, which is a plus in my book. It's just a weirder movie altogether. Like, there is a lot of stuff that like doesn't make sense or is just kind of strange. Her rubbing cleaner all over her face while crying, the weird mime that is mixed throughout the movie. And to me, it's a more fun viewing experience than Poison Ivy 1. I do think there's a reading of this movie where Robert the Hat Man is not real. And that excites me. There's a lot of different ways to interpret Poison Ivy 2 Lily. Can I step like a mile away from this thing and say it's kind of like, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun, entertaining movie. And that's what I was hoping we would get out of this. I would put this in kind of the same camp for me as like Lawnmower Man 1, where I had a blast watching this both times that I viewed it. Guys, I might be coming in hot. I'm giving Poison Ivy 2 a 3.5.
Jesus Christ. Poison Ivy 2, Lily, 1996, a Letterboxd user rating of a 2.2. Guys, it doesn't make any sense. We don't need this at all.
You don't need any movie by that logic.
I'll agree with Kron. I'll echo it there that it's more horny. I appreciate that. Listening to you guys talk tonight about how much you enjoyed it and going through this process as always, I think maybe, yeah, it's all right. You got a fucking crazy ass spider mime, which is... Like I said, like, why the fuck do we need this? The big mystery is it really the character from Poison Ivy 1? That's the room she was in. She didn't follow the rules of the guidebook that Poison Ivy 1 gave her. I just, in the end, it's just like, okay. But then again, it's Poison Ivy, and it's 1996. I don't know, man. This It's a 2.0 for me. It's all right, I guess.
You're going to get to the end of this Poison Ivy box set and be like, I should have rated 2 higher.
Have you watched 3 and 4 yet?
I'm not watching ahead, no.
Okay.
But this movie is so unique and weird and
it's so pointless, dude. Like, it's a sequel, yes, I get it. Like, you connected it, but I don't know.
Well, they killed Ivy in the first movie. How are they going to have they can't just pick up and be like, oh, actually, I feel better now.
I like that she found the diary and was like, I need something new. And I like that, but it's just, it seems like, what should we do? Oh, a fucking art school, like art major thing. Like, they're weird, let's do that. So maybe that's my issue. I think I liked 1 more than 2, which I don't think I rated 1 very high either.
I think you both were 2.5. Sorry.
Yeah, you gave Poison Ivy 1 a 2.5.
If it wasn't for like the spider mime thing and like all that shit, I don't know, it might have been a 1.5 for me. It's a 2.
Crazy. God.
It's a 2. Somebody's got to have some sense on this show.
I find it so funny that Dan watches this and thinks, is this Ivy? And he stresses over an hour and 40 minutes whether or not this connects to the first one. Kron watches for an hour and 40 minutes and goes, is Robert real? I'm watching this thinking, how do I get in contact with Alyssa Milano? Like, how it reignited a fire that I had put away. 96.
A goal.
96, shot 95. This is just peak 90s. So it is a fucking warm blanket for me. The fashion, the hair, the music. This is, I'm 9, 10 years old. Always felt like a generation. I felt more comfortable with Gen X than I do being a millennial, if that makes sense. So this just always hits. This was the stuff that I was like, fuck, I wish I was 10 years older. Like, and that's just reinforced now. And I'm like, oh, this fucking economy. If I would have had a 10-year head start, I'd be in a much better situation. I think the performances in this are fucking solid. I do think that the script gets a little repetitive with some of the constant back and forth, particularly with Graydon. I think with Donald, it's a pretty clear trajectory with his dive into darkness. I think Xander throws a solid performance. It's icky, but I wouldn't call it necessarily sleazy, Kron. I think this, to me, is more provocative. And Dan, to your point about it being set in this art world, I think that's a good catalyst for... It's an excuse for somebody to take their shirt off, right? Like that, it allows you to get into some elements that I think work for this franchise. So I'm interested to see what the future installations are. I appreciated the first one for being a little bit more dramatic than I had anticipated, and I thought it delivered. While I didn't really care for it, this was way more my speed. Another slight issue I have with it is there's a lot of wasted time, I think, on repetitive Graydon interactions. I would have liked to see some of the other relationships they hinted at, like her, one or two more scenes with Tanya to sort of justify Tanya wondering, like, what is happening to you? They could have gone out to eat. They could have done something to build that up a little bit. Maybe a little bit more conflict with Bridget. I do think it would have been nice to see some... it's always nice to see women on women, but some conflict with the women around her, her getting a little bit more confident and standing up for herself as opposed to just like under her breath, fuck her. I think it's a solid examination of that rebirth when you get into a new place. That's a pretty common thing when people go to college or they move to a new area. If this isn't a 3.5, I don't know what a 3.5 is. I had way more fun watching this one than I did the first one. The first one is, I think, a good movie. This is a fun movie. So if at the end of this, somebody's like, I'm going to wait and see, I would be hard pressed. I hope the subsequent movies beat this in terms of fun, but I would feel confident. Skip the first one, just jump to this one, dude. If you're like, So 3.5, fucking Dan. That probably pulls us below a 3, huh?
Well, Dan gave it, let's see, we both gave it 3.5 and Dan gave it 2. The average score would be a 3.0.
Okay.
From the three of us.
Okay.
So guys, this would end up at number 97 on the big list. This would be right below the movie we just covered, Revenge on the Highway, at number 96. And guys, at 98, watch 97, watch 98 back to back. It's the ultimate 90s night because that movie is The Lawnmower Man.
Look at that.
Hold up for a second. Did you guys did you signal me on purpose?
Nope, we never do.
So it is accidental that you watch 3 titties in a row, which is the international beacon to shaman Verhoeven.
Well, we watched 3 titties in a row.
I mean, maybe 4. Yeah.
Nah, Space Truckers.
Space Truckers.
I wouldn't count as titty. Verhoeven, Dutch marked as not titty.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Verhoeven.
It's a good run. Good run. 3 tits in a row. I'm famous for 3 tits.
Yeah, you are.
That's true.
That lady in the Schwarzenegger movie.
It's called Total Recall.
Yeah, it is called Total Recall. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, Kron. Quit embarrassing yourself in front of Pauly V.
Pauly, what are you doing RoboCop anytime soon?
Nah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm old. I'm frail.
You made that.
Just enjoying the Poison Ivy Boxset to see what you guys can shit the sexy.
I think we all are.
Is that any inspiration to you for like Benedetta or anything?
No, if anything, this shows you the fucking bare minimum, because you can always go more.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Fair. How would you rank these two, Pauly V?
I would. This is this lesser of 2 evils.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what that means.
The one had way more titch, and one had Tom Skerritt ass. So
okay.
it's
all right. I get it, but
maybe you could throw together like a super cut of all the choice scenes from.
If I were,
Poison Ivy.
I would. This should be one time I would utilize visual effects, make the titch more.
Sure.
Perhaps a titty in the bottom left of the screen.
it's shot on film. You know, I don't know.
What about one in each corner?
I've got the pencil. I can draw a tit on each individual frame. Or just on your television.
Are you looking forward to the 3, or do you?
If I live that long.
This was a dumb.
Oh, you don't think you've got another month in you, dude?
There's not much blood left in The old heart.
Well, it's all going down south.
That's-
I mean,
Yeah, you watch Poison
Have you
Ivy.
tried these ED gummies?
yeah. I sure as shit have, dude.
He's constantly hard.
Is Paul Verhoeven in the back of the truck?
Yeah. We picked him up.
He calls in.
So you're just hoping to blame the loss of ED gummy merchandise on Paul Verhoeven?
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
Okay.
Probably blame him and then you guys.
That's solid.
And then Jesse won't be mad at me.
Yeah, Ventura doesn't know who Verhoeven is.
Oh, I bet he does. He's probably bummed that he was never in one of his movies.
They're probably in
RoboCop.
They're probably in the weird name V Club.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Ventura, Ace Ventura, Paul Verhoeven.
Mm-hmm. Vincent Van Gogh.
True artists.
Vincent
Yeah.
Gallo.
Well, that's first name. He'd be in the G Club.
G Unit.
Yeah, he'd be in G Unit, dude.
All right, that was Poison Ivy 2, Lily. The second installment, that puts us at the halfway point of this box set. We hope you had fun. We will come back in a moment. It is time for Dan to reveal the next category, what he subjects Kron to. Of course, he and I are best friends, and he will only target Kron with a miserable category. I'm going to have fun. I hope you had fun. Did you have fun? Listener, wherever you are right now, answer out loud.
Shout out loud.
Shout it, shout it, shout it out loud.
Kron's favorite brand, Kiss there.
I only like the one guy.
It makes my heart happy that everybody's following along with Poison Ivy and the Discord members purchased the box sets and
I hope
Just
somebody
follow
at New Line has taken notice that 3 Poison Ivy box sets were recently purchased, and somebody's like, we got to get started on Poison Ivy 5. I mean, Ivy has a V in it.
Oh,
There's your poster right there, dumbass.
Poison, little I, big V,
Yeah.
little Y.
Did they do that for the 4th one?
I don't know.
Did they do big I, big V, little Y?
What is the next one called? The New Seduction?
Yeah, I think that's right.
97.
Back to
Quick.
back, like I like it.
Ass to ass.
We'll see.
All right. For
Ass to ass.
For Laundry Dan,
You
for
remember
Kron
that
Howard.
from Requiem for a
I
Dream?
saw it the one time, and that hit the never again
That
list.
was enough.
Yep. Let's put that in Elephant, Manchester by the Sea, and Brazil.
All right,
I mean,
cool. I'm gonna pick it for Dan's next category.
oh, cool.
Might fit in.
I'm gonna try to figure out how to pick a revenge movie.
Oh, fuck
Again,
yeah,
for
dude.
Kron Howard, for Laundry Dan, I've been Bones. Come back and continue the journey with us. Crash and burn.
Fedoras are in.
Gotta go. The world of bites is calling.
I love your touch. It's never too much. This aching for you. And this aching for you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the After Shower Show here on 5 Day Rentals. I'm Laundry Dan, and it's been too fucking long. These guys have had me on the goddamn bench. Fucking throwing their categories out
You're
of
the
here. throwing
finisher,
a new
dude.
Box set in here.
get to
Trying to
finish.
fucking hold me back, baby.
Get the crap out of the way.
Fucking goddamn it, dude. It's been like 6 months since these motherfuckers have heard a Laundry Dan category, dude. September of 2024 was the last time they heard from me.
I gave you some good stuff.
to be debated on a fucking rewind.
I give you good categories.
You gave me, what did you give me?
Bones gave us trucks.
You gave us animals.
No, for season 3.
You gave us Tubi Roulette.
Yeah.
He started with Tubi Roulette.
Everybody will love that,
good.
dude.
It's good. And we got Big Rigs, which was good too. And we got Poison Ivy, which... God damn, that's just going to get more interesting, I think. Kron still doesn't have any clothes on.
Is there a 4 looming? Because I believe our buddy Chris stated that, in his recollection, that 3 was his favorite. So if 3 is better than 2, wild.
5 stars, dude.
Wild stuff.
We might have not made a mistake here. But follow along with that box set. We did Phantasm. We did Thunder in Paradise. All 22 episodes. Check that shit out. And now we're doing Poison Ivy. Did we do anything else?
No, it's been 3 box sets over 3 seasons.
It's been 20 years. I don't know what we've covered. But like I said, it's finally time for Laundry Tan to bring a category to season 3. God damn. Been on the bench. I'm ready to fucking knock it out of the park. And,
Yeah.
Brother, yeah. 5 Dave Reynolds. There's a lot of stuff said. There's over 200 fucking episodes. There's over fuck ton of hours of content. And a lot of fucking things have been said. And a lot of jokes have been told. A lot of laughs have been had. A lot of beers have been drank. And sometimes somebody can say something that can change the course of a whole fucking season, maybe. And sometimes you hear that and you say, God damn, that would make a good category. So you start digging and you start looking and you start watching. And you know the other 2 are watching your Letterboxd. So you don't really, you don't put them on there because you know they're going to be, they're always looking. And I'm going to go back to December of 2024 on a show I think we called the Mega Rewind Redux. And Laundry Dan asked Kron Howard something about the substance. And these 2 weren't a big fan of that. It was Oscar-nominated film this year. Or last year, I guess. And like I said, things are said on this show.
I liked Gladiator 2.
Not nominated.
Costume.
Yeah, I guess.
Lost.
It's fun.
It's just nice to be nominated.
But on that show, I asked about that. And like I said, on this show, a lot of stuff said. I already said that. And Kron Howard is an assassin of picking up on something that somebody says and using it against them. And sometimes that's negative, sometimes that's positive. But he said something on that show about the substance. And that quote was, double the ass, cut the runtime. I was like, God damn, that's great. That's fucking amazing. So I started looking. I started doing some research and I started watching some movies.
80-minute porns.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, what I'm thinking here is I'm thinking Skinamax. And I was like, maybe there's a list out there of all the movies that were featured for Skinamax. So I was looking, watching. I was like, this is great. You know, we can have it even tap this. But then I went through the 5DR categories and I said, wait a minute. We've already kind of tapped that. And then I listened to those episodes, and that was never rub another man's rhubarb. And I was like, fuck, that's not going to work. But then I said, wait a minute. Kron Howard was very disappointed in Laundry Dan and Bones' picks. And I was like, maybe those two misunderstood that category. So as of right now, Kron Howard, it's official. I'm going to say that my pick for Never Rub Another Man's Rhubarb was Cat People, which I will say is a good movie, which I will say deserves to be on 5-day rentals. And I say, maybe I didn't fully understand what you wanted for that category. So this category is called Double the Ass, Cut the Runtime. And I apologize for that pick. Maybe it wasn't the right one. I can't apologize for Bones. He might stand behind Jade.
All your picks are good picks. I think when I did set up the category, I did envision trashier. We went classier. We went classy erotic. And I am very happy because I myself also had a let's aim for trashy erotic category for this season. So I feel like we were going to get this one way or the other.
All right. So Kron now has a free play here.
Mm-hmm.
And for Double the Ass, Cut the Runtime, I want the sleazy, the beezy, I want the clits, I want the tits, I want the dicks, I want the balls, I want the ass, I want it all, baby. I want the sleaziest shit you can find. Bones, I know we discussed Andy Sedaris. Is that his name a lot? Oh, goddamn, bring him on, baby. Now's your time. But Double the Ass, Cut the Runtime is the category. Thank you, Kron Howard, for the inspiration. And you need a movie. From 1992, available on Tubi. It's called Double Threat. Directed by David A. Pure, I think his name is.
David A. Pryor,
whatever. But that is the movie. The only thing you have as a rule here is 100 minutes. As I said, I've done some research and I was going to make it 95, but it should be 100 because there's some bangers out there. That's it.
Wait.
And give me ass, give me tits, give me dicks.
Wait, and just to be clear, the cap is 100 minutes.
Yes.
Can't
Max,
be longer. Okay.
max 100 minutes. And that's all you need. So yes, we might have kind of dipped into this already, but maybe we didn't do it like we should have.
So lots of tits, lots of ass. You're open to dicks. You're open to clits. All of it. Does it need to be within the structure of an erotic thriller? Can I bring you? You said Andy Sedaris, so can I bring you a shitty exploitation action with a bunch of nudity? Can I bring you a revenge movie with a bunch of nudity? Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up because I didn't want to get to the end of this and you're like, no, you misunderstood. It's supposed to be erotic thriller. But okay.
Yeah, I want the sleaze. It can't just have like one titty scene. I need multiples. Okay.
Okay. Kron,
or men. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Kron, how does it make you feel to know that Dan just obsesses about you? Like is driving around listening, thinking about.
I mean, it's good.
It's got to make you feel good, right?
Yeah. I mean, this, like I said, I feel like I was going to make almost this exact same category.
But
so.
but I'm going to back that up, that I think that this shows how good Dan is, how good of a dude he is, that he's like he's willing to change. And that's true intelligence.
In the last couple episodes, Dan realized I'm probably being a little too mean to Kron. And this is like a mea culpa, you know. Let me make it up. Yeah. Let's do sleazy shit. I think it's beautiful.
And Dan, thank you so much, because this gives me an absolute excuse to just watch all of those things that I have to like hide.
You still got to hide them.
No, not now. This is homework.
That's
all right.
It's the lessons and the research, man.
Yeah.
I started Poison Ivy 2 the other night, and I was like, look, if you hear like moaning and shit going on over here, it's just Poison Ivy 2. And as soon as it started, it's like, I was like, hey, it's already starting. And she was just like, I'm watching this.
Creds haven't even stopped yet.
Yeah. Well, I went to watch the Daytona 500 the other day, and I was like, if you hear moaning, that's just the NASCAR, baby.
This is me, baby. This is me revving up. But yeah, that's what I want. And I want you fuckers to deliver.
And you're going to get it, dude.
All right.
I just checked a runtime. 99 minutes.
Yes.
Right under the wire, dude.
I was going to do like 95, I think. And I started kind of looking at other stuff, and I was like, man, a lot of these are coming in at like 96, 97. I was like, I need to bump it to 100.
I think Double Threat's listed as 96. So
yeah. So Double Threat is, I mean, I think it's got enough, but I'll tell you this, I want more than mine. Okay.
God damn. Okay.
But yeah, join us next week for Double Threat. It's on Tubi. Check it out, from 1992. Double the ass, cut the runtime. Season 3. Sleazy, baby. That's what we're doing, you know? That's what we should have been doing.
Sleazy 3.
Sleazy 3 is what we're doing here. Fuck, a Poison Ivy going into Double Threat, and then 2 other fucking, oh, god damn. Whew. I love it. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Being my friends and allowing us to do this each
week.
Thank
you for bringing this category.
I love it. 2 tromboners, 3.
Hey, why don't you try to put the big end in first?
It was Kron's mistake.
I'm a saxophone pro.
Curve is a good thing.
I've got a French horn up here once.
I'm going to hit that G note. I mean the G spot.
Weird. Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.